Hey everybody, Chad Hasty here, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs on News Talk 790 KFYO, and we are 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. If you can't pick us up in Lubbock and throughout West Texas, you can listen online at KFYO.com, and you can listen via the Radio Pup app. You can download it and listen to us wherever you travel. Just search for KFYO, and you'll be able to listen to us. Hey, don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube page right below. Do that, make everybody happy. Comment, feel free to comment, like, dislike the video, all that kind of stuff. It's a big Super Tuesday contest, and it could be the end of the race, at least, well, for the most part, for the Republicans, depending on how the results go today. The big night for Donald Trump, John Kasich, and Marco Rubio, and, of course, Ted Cruz as well. For Donald Trump, if he wins both Ohio and Florida, it's all but over for the rest of the Republican field, including the establishment Republicans out there who will be crapping their pants even more than they are right now if Donald Trump wins both Ohio and Florida. If John Kasich wins in Ohio, and polls do show a pretty close race there in Ohio, if John Kasich wins Ohio but Trump wins Florida, which most likely he will do, if Trump loses Ohio, that means the race continues for John Kasich, for John Kasich, for Donald Trump, and for Ted Cruz, but it's adios to Marco Rubio, most likely, if he loses. This race could stretch into June at least. If Trump loses Ohio. If he wins both Ohio and Florida, it's all but over, like I said earlier. So it's a big night for Donald Trump, a big night for Ted Cruz as well. He's trying to show that he can do well in other states not named Ohio and Florida. It'll be interesting to see, by the way, looking down at Florida, who comes in second place in Florida. Now, this is a bad thing for Marco Rubio, okay? There have been some polls that show that Ted Cruz is creeping up on Rubio. Now, granted, polls have been all over the place in Florida. We'll have Sarah Rumpf on. You've read her stuff in IJReview.com and other places. She knows Florida. She knows the Rubio campaign. She knows what's happening on the ground. We'll talk to her today at about 10:35 on the show. I'm looking forward to that because the polls have been wrong before in Florida, and the polls of the Real Clear Politics average polls have been off for Rubio as well. So we could see one of two things happen. Rubio could win Florida, barely. He could come close to Trump, I guess, which would maybe be considered a win for Rubio, though he should probably drop out afterwards if he does end up losing. Or I guess maybe three possible things. He gets destroyed in Florida. It's possible, not good for his future career there in Florida. So we'll talk with Sarah Rumpf about all of those options. A big Super Tuesday show today. Want you to tune in 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. And again, the establishment Republicans, the Republican Party, how much will they be freaking out this time tomorrow after Ohio, Florida, and the rest of the states go and vote? And you won't want to miss this. It's going to be a lot to talk about and a lot to break down. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great day, folks. We'll talk to you on the radio.